It took all of 72 hours for me to really get over what happened last weekend in San Jose. But we're going to go through it together. What's going on, everybody? Host Mo of the Max Football Podcast, here to join in the sorrows and the wound licking, whatever it is you want to call it. But I'm also here to help guide you. My job today is to talk about the reasons, where it all went wrong, how we could improve them going forward. And of course, I have a few more things after that. I have a bit of a match breakdown, and I have my player ratings. I have to get into this little bit of a rant because it's been stewing for days. Direct passing, the long ball, if you will, and playing out of the back, as much it is our current identity, is hurting our team. Other teams around the league know exactly how to defend against it, and they are proving it week in and week out. San Jose knew that there would be moments where we would mess up, and they would absolutely pounce on it, and there was two of them where they did just that. And honestly, it could have been a heck of a lot worse. It could have happened a few more times if it wasn't for a young brave Duran Ferree in between the post. It could have ended 5-0, and we should be thanking our lucky stars that it didn't. I have some gripes with the coach. So, before we get into the gripes with the coach, let's hit the cool intro. Continue down Rantville, USA. The starting lineup was a questionable one. So Mikey Varas decided to go with Lewis Morgan, a striker who has experience playing on the left, to start on the left with Amal Pellegrino out, had picking up a knock in training. Hopefully he could be back this week. If not, there needs to be a different option on the left wing. I don't think Morgan is going to work out. He's a striker. I'll get into that whole thing in a bit. And then the other costly decision, which was one that he kind of had no choice to make, was Aldwall Soe to play alongside Manu Duah. Like I said, Chris McVay suspended. He'll be back for the game against Minnesota. And then we had Ian Pilcher injured, and Andres Reyes, who's been injured nearly the entire time he's been with San Diego FC. I believe he's played 7 minutes for us before getting a red card and being sent off. He is 100% a player I think should be sold when the summer transfer window hits. I promise you, it's not going to be as hard as you think to to replace a defensive player, a center back of near his quality, but preferably far better health record. To be nice about Soe, he was a teenager playing in the Danish league, starting in the Danish league, not consistently, but getting games in the Danish league. Once he got to the States, I feel like he knew that there was pressure on him because he's been lost, and that's just putting it nicely. The kid needs time to develop. I don't think it's gonna I don't think it needs to happen here. I don't think it needs to happen in the MLS. We didn't give Manu Duah time to warm up in the MLS. We gave him like cup games, and we also gave him weeks and months of training with the team before he even sniffed the starting lineup, or I should say, even the bench for the first team. So I think that come the summer, again, if we can find another center back to replace, or a couple center backs to replace these fellas, loan them out. Send them out to Belgium, Turkey, wherever we can, with a higher bit of less of a playing field, more of an ability for him to flourish, to get him that experience that he needs, so that way he can maybe be a true center back here in the MLS, and if not, in bigger leagues moving forward. Truth be told, the entire back line struggled against San Jose. And again, if it wasn't for Duran Free proving that he is absolutely the number one keeper on our team right now, it could have been 5-0. Playing out of the back is going to be the death of this team, even though it is apparently is Mikey Varas' favorite thing to do out of there other than breathe oxygen. We have players who are able to do it, but we lack in the attacking side, or we tend to lose balance in how we play it. There has to be balance in the structure that we take, and I'll talk about that balance here in a minute. We have to do better. We have to improve on this moving forward. Mikey Varas is doing very well at adjusting at halftime. Very good. I'm proud of what it is that he's doing. This direct passing and all the other fun stuff, playing out of the back, playing with ease, the long ball, the crosses, worked against Montreal. It worked against the lower end teams of the MLS. The teams that gave up 20 plus goals, probably way more than I'm just thinking out loud. A bunch of goals throughout the season last year. So I expected that to work against those teams, and you're not going to expect that from a team that had been giving up one goal all year long, and that was to Vancouver in their only loss. So I'm going to leave that for my rant. I really hope that this week, while these guys are at home preparing to play at Snapdragon, they take a long, hard look in the mirror and understand, hey, there is a new level to play at, a better level to play at. Are they tired from Champions Cup? Probably. Are they tired from having, I think it was 4 games in 16 days? Yeah, probably. But now is the time to get up to snuff, get back up to snuff, I should say, and move on forward. So I actually kind of want to break down the game for you guys and kind of talk about how and why it was so easy for San Jose to take full advantage of us in every way, shape, or form. And honestly, it had to start with the formation itself. And I want to take the time to thank one of the many guys that are a part of this, I guess, at San Diego FC media community, or community media. We're all trying to get a piece of the pie. And one of the guys that I follow on Instagram, and by the way, everyone that's covering this team, whether they're the small guys or the big guys, give them a follow. We're in this together. You know what I'm saying? We're in this together. Everyone should get a chance to get some love and some holler rats and all that whole fun stuff. So my shout out right now goes to SDFC Takes for his breakdown of how we lost to San Jose. And it's a perfect one because the way he explained it is tremendous. And the way he explained it is it all had to do with our setup. So we set up, if I can quickly go down through the starting roster, Free was in goal. We had Verhoeven and Bombino on the right and on the left. Center backs in the middle were Soe and Manu Duah. Midfielders were Tverskov, David Vasquez, and Oni Velikari. On the left was Lewis Morgan. On the right was Andres Dreyer. And through the middle was Marcus and Vargston. The way we set up, we used our normally attacking-ish fullbacks as wingbacks. Meaning we ended up playing with a back three defenders in the back rather than the traditional 4 that we are used to seeing. And how we did that was by having Bombino and Verhoeven push forward behind Dreyer and Lewis Morgan respectively, and having Tverskov drop down and be the middle center back. Be the third center back outside of Duah and outside of Soe. The problem with that is you now lost control in the midfield. You had 2 attacking midfielders that were playing as what is known as the 8, the roaming playmaker role. The guy that is going to attempt to go forward, but is willing to go all the way back and try to recover the ball first. And it's just a role that necessarily doesn't fit Velikari nor Vasquez. They didn't exactly hinder their performance tremendously, but it's just roles that don't fit them. Maybe if this was Tverskov, Godoy, and maybe like a Pedro Soma, I think you could probably run like that, because then that way you have guys that have proper ball control, guys that are used to playing as 6s or as 8s, the defensive midfielder or the central midfielder. And having those guys to play that role would have been better. I understand why Varas went attacking, play on the front foot, go, go, go. If we can score on these guys early, maybe it'll shock them because nobody scored on them yet. And the one team that did beat them. So it was an idea, but the idea failed. And he noticed it, and he made changes at half. And he had to make changes, or I should say he made changes before the half thanks to Manu Duah. And then ended up adjusting the game plan at halftime and making changes, moving on. Yes, it ended 3-0. It could have ended more. They did want more, and we didn't allow it. So, again, proper adjustments, way to solidify it at the end. And, again, massive shout-out to SDFC Takes for his awesome breakdown on how this whole thing went. Again, I like it. I love it. You should definitely check them out and give them a follow. But here I'll give you my little bit of a breakdown as well. Final result, again, 3-0. We are no longer undefeated and are in danger of losing our undefeated record at home if we maintain this form. Hopefully we can fix it, again, by Saturday. We started it out. The game started with a bad pass in the 6th minute by Soe that led to a scoring opportunity for San Jose. But Farid was able to make a save. And just a few minutes later, we ran into our one big opportunity of the game where Marcus Vargston gets a cross that comes in and blasts it with the side of his foot, but it is saved by San Jose. All of a sudden, we're playing out of the back, trying to build up something. Lewis Morgan, who is the left winger, playing somehow on the right side of the pitch, oddly enough, gets pinched. He gets cornered into the sideline and has to pass it back. And rather than passing it to an open Oscar Verhoeven, he goes for the long ball in hopes that Oswald Soe is 1, paying attention, and 2, ready for it, and neither one of those things happens. He gets back late. His attention is there late. San Jose pounces on it, hits a beautiful goal to the top of the net. Can't blame them for that one, and it is 1-0 San Jose. And now the next score is one that I'm sure we're going to continue to argue. There have been a few red cards so far against San Diego that, well, are questionable. They are questionable. And there's been a few of them that have been questionable that have not gone our way. Calls, that is, not red cards. So, if so facto, it is what it is. Manu Duah is left in isolation, has to get back, rather than just simply use his speed and get a 2-on-1 situation with the goalkeeper's help. He gets a far too handsy, for lack of better words, makes a very over-the-top effort to defend, ends up going over the back of Judd, and the referee, without hesitation, points to the spot. Vares, hoping the VAR sees something differently, and he just decides, nope, it's a red card, and now San Diego is down to play with 10 men again. Now, before I move on, there's a few things I want to break down. So, Mikey Vares doesn't agree with it. My man SDFC Takes doesn't agree with it, and a lot of the other Instagram IDKs, if you will, the community media also does not agree with this call because of two things. One, how light Manu Duah was, and 2, how easy Judd went down. Now, you can look at any other league in the world. You can go to any of the other countries in the world that cover this game, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it today. And you're getting 2 yellow cards out of that. And not both of them for the defender. One for the defender, one for the attacker. Because again, yes, did Duah stop him from a goal? Yeah. Was it so blatant that it deserved a red? No. He went up over the top, went around his back, I should say. Maybe had a little hands-on, but Judd is already going down before he's even making any real contact. So, in that one, I would have preferred to see Manu Duah be showed a yellow, Judd be showed a yellow for simulation, flopping. But we didn't get it, and we're, again, like I said, down to 10 men. It is what it is. Duran Farid tries his best to save it. It doesn't happen. I think the percentage of saved penalties is under 10%. So it's crazy. With Duah off within the 40th minute, Vares calls on Wilson Eisner to play center back. And he does well. Believe it or not, he has some time at center back. And again, we've had Tverskov dropping through the middle, playing there as well. And just as the first half is over, Oscar Verhoeven is just showing absolute signs of fatigue and is unable to cover. So Leroux is able to take full advantage of a wide open pitch and delivers a beauty of a pass to Judd, where he connects into the back of the net, and San Diego are now down 3. Their undefeated run at home is officially, or away from home, is over. They're officially done for as far as being labeled undefeated, and San Diego are somehow able to hold off San Jose. They want to get back on the board, so they try to add fresh legs in the second half. On comes Annabelle Godoy and Brian Zamble for Marcus Varkston and Lewis Morgan, having to change up the entire idea of the formation. We now have 3 midfielders and a full back line of 4 defenders. Zamble has a couple of moments of brilliance, isn't able to capitalize on them. In the 78th minute, we get another injection of pace and fresh legs. Came in the form of a awesome youngster in Alex Morgan, and Willie Camundo, who's been recovering from injury himself, is one of our better veteran fullbacks. And again, I should say wingbacks, because he actually plays in the wingback role, because he looked like the best defender we've had all day long the second he stepped on the pitch. Yes, I know it was only like 15 minutes. Well, you're getting crazy over 15 minutes. I get it. But when you show signs better than everybody else that's been on the pitch, that tells me something. San Diego's unable to score. It ends, like I said, 3-0. We drop to 7th in the table, and our way up to the top 3 teams are playing the way that they're playing right now, the way LFC is playing, the way Vancouver's playing, the way, I don't like admitting it, San Jose is playing. It's going to be hard to get back in the top 3. But then again, remember, we fell last year. We fell upper mid table. And we were able to finish number 1 in the West. So I'm not overly discouraged. It is going to be a tough road ahead. I have to be honest with you there. It is going to be a tough road ahead. San Diego FC has got some tough matches coming their way. One of them, it is Minnesota is still a tough team, whether we want to play that card or not. We do have a lot of games to play in May, even though that's just a month away. There's a lot. There's a lot coming down the neck, or breathing down the neck, I should say, against San Diego FC. I quickly want to go through some stats that absolutely stand out and should alarm you and many people in the staff room. I'm going to start with the very first one, the most important one. 4 red cards in 5 games. Two of them from Manu Duah himself. One of them a blatant handball, another one an over-excessive defending attempt that shouldn't have been a red. But it is what it is. Expected goals from San Diego FC on this one was below 1. It was actually below 1/2. 0.47, I should say, out of 1. We weren't even expected to get 1 goal. We did, however, have 7 keeper saves, 4 total shots on goal with no big chances, and the only shot on target came from Marcus Varkston. It was a brutal one. But again, we're going to be served these games. We're going to be served that humble pie from time to time because teams are now gunning for us. Teams are now studying us that much more, hoping that they could be the one to embarrass San Diego FC. Look at San Jose right now. If you follow any of their social media or randomly get caught up in their social media, you swore they beat us for the MLS Cup. The way they're ranting and raving, using the Ron Burgundy on us. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up and get frustrated yourself, because that return game at Snapdragon is going to have to be something fierce. And boy, howdy, I hope the supporters are there to help bring it on. So before I get on up out of here, I want to get you guys with my player ratings, my starting 11 player ratings, and then I'm going to finish with Mikey Varas himself. So we're going to start with the man, my man of the match, the man between the net. He's just been killing it, a 19-year-old machine, if you will, Duran Ferree. I give him an 8 because Let's be completely honest here. Without him, it could have been 5-0, 6-0. It could have been worse. He was the only cool, calm head out there, and he is a 19-year-old. He's a teenager. In his debut season in the MLS, he's attempting to show leadership in this role, in the hardship and adversity that is staring him dead in the face, and it is going to be so hard to get the starting spot from him. He was by far our best player of the game. Duran Ferree deserves the roses, and then some. We keep with the back line. Go with right back, Oscar Verhoeven. Verhoeven gets a 5 from me. I simply don't think that he's ready to play a full 90 minutes, let alone 60 minutes. He's just plain and simple not match ready yet. He's just not match ready yet. He ended the 2025 season with a pretty bad injury. He's slowly getting up the pace. But even when fresh, he's not playing well. I still really think that it's because of fatigue. He's getting outpaced on the outsides, is making very little contribution in his attacking role. He looks tired, even though he just came on. He just doesn't seem to be in the right place at the right time to defend anybody properly. It's frustrating. And at one point, I could think that he was going to be the solidified starter on the right side, the solidified starting right back without question. And now I'm hoping, maybe even praying, that Carrion Sargent gets healthy quicker so that way we can move Bombino back to the right side and have some form of form on the back line. Talk about Luca Bombino. Let's stay with Luca Bombino. It was an off day. It was an off day for Luca. All right. Kikanovic is a gnarly right back. And he is hard to play against, and their front line of San Jose played very, very well. And it was a full-on off day by Luca Bombino, being shut down left, right, and center, shut down, beat left and right, I should say bullied in defense, shut down in the attacking side. He was getting stomped on, pushed around, bullied. Simply bullied. Again, I want to blame a lot of this on fatigue. I want to blame the entire thing on fatigue from the entire team. Playing Champions Cup football, playing in altitude outside of measurable ranges is hard. It's hard, and then it's even harder to recover from because you want to go out there and give it everything you have, and then you do, and then you're so tired, and then you have a game that weekend. It was tough, so I'm really hoping that that's what this is, but there has to be a point where it's on the players or even the staff to ensure proper rest and rehab is happening prior to games. If you feel they are match fit, ensure they're properly rested so they can have the best opportunity to help the team. We moved to the middle. I'm going to start with my man, Manu Duah. Duah. We all love to yell A week ago, I would have said Manu Duah is going to be like a $20 million man. He's going to be like a center back that's going to fetch $25 million, no problem. You know, whether it be from France, whether it be in the lower levels of England, whether he went to Germany. I thought, this kid's got it. And he still does. He 100% still does. But he was very close to getting a 4 from me in this game. He really was. And I know why he really wants to make an impact. So I understand why he acted the way he acted, or I should say reacted. But he knows that he doesn't need to defend like that. He can simply just use his pace to get back. But again, in the heat of the moment, gets himself another red card. Luckily, it is just one game, so we won't see him on the pitch on Saturday. We will wait for the following weekend. Fingers crossed Pilcher or Reyes is randomly healthy, so we do not have to deal with Oswald Soe again. But if we do, we do. Speaking of Soe, what a recovery. Good recovery. Started really bad, recovered decently well. I'm going to give him a 5. The things that I would like to truly say about Oswald Soe would completely damage his confidence, and I'm not that person. He's a young guy. He's new to this league, but he is also a professional who's played pro ball before. The expectation level for him, I can admit, is a bit high. And I think that that's putting pressure on him, and it's obviously starting to show. It showed up in his first game where he looked like a deer in headlights, and that deer's still staring at those headlights in game number 2. Hopefully he's able to get his feet underneath him by game 3. Being out of place, having to rush back to defend, simply being lost at times, he just looks like he's turned off. He gets a pass. Once he gets a pass, he suddenly wakes up. He can defend when he's in the right place at the right time, but those moments right now are coming too far and few between. However, I'm hoping that the supporter section or the home crowd themselves can help get him up for this next game, and then maybe there's a connection between veteran and youngster with the return of Chris McVay, who will likely be starting alongside him. And I'm hoping that pairing can, 1, wisen them up, 2, work a lot better than this other one did, and 3, is effective enough to move forward if we need to rest Duah. Let's go to the center back / midfielder, our defensive midfielder, our captain, Jeppe Tverskov. I give Jeppe a 7 purely off of work ethic. However, I cannot stand his consistent talking to the referees, consistently whining and complaining to the referees. I get it. He's hoping he's going to change their mind. I really do think that sometimes it works against us rather than for us. So, but again, chit-chat aside, he's the man with the band. And he has the ability to talk to the ref all day long. I don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. The one thing we do have to like and agree on, or I should say should agree on, is he is a vital part of this team. When he's not in the starting lineup, things just don't look right. He's our anchor on the back of the pitch, able to control the ball, get it moving forward. He can slide in as a defender. He can move all the way up and play as an attacker. You know, when Sohei is out there being bad, we can thank Tverskov for coming up and helping out, getting into the open spaces, making differences. However, the long ball, the direct ball, needs to be changed, and he's the king of it right now thanks to Coach Farah. So again, hopefully there's a change of rhythm moving forward. I really like David Vasquez, and I hope that this is just one of those circumstances where I was sacrificed off the pitch. I kind of had an off day, and I have more in me moving forward. Having 2 attacking midfielders is great because they're a creative force. And they move forward. And they're a go mentality group of guys. But when you make them drop back and play centrally, win the ball back, just go along with it, you're taking everything away from them that makes them good. David Vasquez tried his absolute hardest to make an impact in this game, attempting to drive the ball forward, finding Dreyer or in Varkston, but it just wasn't clicking for him. And then all thanks to the Manu Duah red card, he was a player sacrificed to solidify the back line. He will get more chances as the season goes on, and I'm starting to think he needs to play in that 10 role. He needs to be that attacking midfielder, that advanced playmaker, whatever it is you want to color him. When we want to put Oni Valakari in that place, I think it's better off you put David Vasquez. Not saying anything negative about Oni Valakari. I'm actually talking about him positively. The reason is I could say almost the exact same thing about him that I did Vasquez. He did play out of a position in a way, but he's also not too bad playing as an actual center midfielder, having the ability to drop in, control the ball, move it forward, and then go advance with it. It works. And because of that, I'm able to give him a 7. He did complete 87% of his passes, with a third of those being in the opponent's half. Valakari is a nice piece to the midfield as well. I just want him to play in an advanced role. I want him to play up. I want him to play, moving forward, staying on the front foot. You have to remember at some point in time at the beginning of the season last year, he was our striker. And now you're making this guy drop all the way deep into the midfield to play in the kind of way that you want to play, rather than just letting him take advantage of his strengths, running into open space and making something happen. Speaking of someone that was unable to play to their strengths, left winger Lewis Morgan gets a 6 from me. His energy and consistent pressing is enough to warrant that 6. But this one's on the coach. Having a striker who, again, yes, has experience on the left, should still not play as a left winger because he has not played in our type of system before. We do not use wingers in the way that other people have used wingers. He is not used to playing on the left as a winger. He's more of playing on the left as a second striker, as the additional 1-2 striker to how they had set up over in New York with the Red Bulls. But again, it is what it is. Morgan is far more brave in the box. I thought he could have been better over in Varkston. He's a guy who was willing to put him away. So why not start him over in Varkston? Put Zomble on the left. You know, he had decent runs against a tough side. Again, they allowed 1 goal all year long, and he was getting joy having just came on. You know, maybe having that selfish striker in Lewis Morgan through the middle, maybe we could have buried that one chance. Maybe we could have made more off those 4 shots on goal that we had. I'm hoping that there's more in the Lewis Morgan tank. Because right now, you're going to play him outside of his role, and the fans, and even maybe even the coaching staff is going to start looking at him in a different limelight. Let's move on. Striker, Marcus and Varkston. I get so frustrated with Varkston for a couple of reasons. One, we have yet to even consider replacing him outside of getting Morgan, but as you can tell, he ain't a replacement. I'd rather Varkston over him, so he's not a replacement. He's just not lethal enough for me. He is a hold-up striker, a guy who's willing to drop down and try to help create for others rather than for himself. I need a ruthless striker. I need someone who's going to be unselfish as all hell. I can't keep having Dreyer and Pellegrino and Varkston and this guy and Valakari and that guy and then that guy all be unselfish in the box. You are giving up opportunities to maybe get something on the board. All for the, no, brother, you take it. No, brother, you take it. No, brother, you take it. Take an open chance and try to put your team up. You know, I get so frustrated because, again, you're not this cheap striker that we bought for nothing. You're $2 million. You were almost a DP. I need you to start playing like a big-time player. We're going to finish with El Pelotero himself. He gets a 7. He is the heart and soul of this squad, and when he's tired and depleted, so is the team, and it shows. He's tired. You know, call it the international break, call it Champions Cup, call it consistent footy. Andres Dreyer looked tired. But then again, he's a madman, works so hard for San Diego, it's not even funny. Consistently drops into the midfield to act like a 10 just to run right back to the right wing to prepare to cross a ball in. He's a workhorse. He's an absolute workhorse. But he too deals with the illness that is being an unselfish goal striker. And a ruthless Andres Dreyer could be exactly what this team is missing. It could be exactly what he needs to unlock his game that much further. And it could be exactly what he needs to take that step past Messi in whatever MVP run he may want to take this year. We're going to finish with Coach Varas himself. I will admit, as I have already, one massive positive note. He is great at adjusting at halftime. Great. Not good. Great. With that being said, I thought maybe he could have approached this San Jose side a little bit better, considering all the time that he had time to scout them. He admits that there is no silver linings in this one. Individual errors led to 2 goals conceded and a red card. He would go on to say that he doesn't agree with the referee's decision for the red card, but the team also put themselves in that situation. He admits the team needs to improve. Guys are not executing in the way they should be, and we have young players who are simply playing naive right now, and we must improve on that. At times like this, I know the coach absolutely gets it. He feels our pain as supporters and fans. His team is not playing up to snuff, not playing on the level that he expects of them. And for me, the game plan lacked. And at the same time, the team was not up for this one. Call it fatigue. Call it being overwhelmed by San Jose's loud crowd that wasn't half there. Regardless, things must change by Saturday. And the way he was able to flip it at halftime, I'm hoping with a weeks of training, he can flip it around again. So, with all that being said, I want to thank you guys for checking me out. I know this review came a little late. Don't worry, I'm going to be working on a preview against Minnesota. You're going to get some live content from me, live from the supporter section at Snapdragon Stadium for the Dago Boys, side 140. I'm not repping the Dago Boys. I'm repping Dago Boys. I'm not just a flag holder or nothing, but I'm there. That's my side. We go hard on the left, or is it the right? We go hard in 140. Check us out if you're at the supporter section. Check me out on the Instagram as well, Max Football Podcast. It's there as well. You're going to get instant reactions there. My posts are there. I put the lineup, my thoughts on the lineup. Anything that may go down, minute-by-minute coverage is happening there. You get reviews, previews here, and whatever other cool stories we can piece together. The next time y'all see me, I got some stories for you. We're going to talk about Chucky again. The rumors are coming out. He could be gone in the summer. Are those rumors true? Is he worth it? Is he going to go? Could he go back to Italy? Could he go back to PSV? Is he maybe going to go somewhere in England? Does he go to Mexico? I don't know. I've got a few more rumors, to address on that, and 5 more teams to take a look at. If you haven't seen the first episode, it's already up on the YouTube. And then at the same time, I want to talk about it. It's time to talk about it. Are we in a sophomore slump? That's another episode coming your way. We're going to break down how the team's been playing. We're going to break down everything they've been going through, and we are going to diagnose it. We're going to be the ER docs. We're working in the pit, live from San Diego, if you will, trying to figure out what's up with this team. Is it fatigue? Is it bad game plans? Or is it that nasty, nasty word known as the sophomore slump? Catch y'all when those come out. We appreciate you. And as always, let's go. San Diego.